and rebuilding that armory just in case. A lot of Zerglings on the screen. Drone count just not high enough though, only 38 still. All of that larva and money going into these Zerglings when he could throw in a lot of that into some higher tech and be much more versatile against this clump of units. A couple fungals and maybe a neuroparasite or two going to work wonders against this ball, whereas Zerglings are just kind of going to evaporate. Oh, these guys are going to dive in, and these Mules are getting chewed apart. All of them go down. Zerglings coming from the back though. Marines kind of spread out though from chasing down that Mulelist pack. He's going to last call for the kitchen. Oh, and Jen offering to buy the bar drinks. No takers. And that counterattack is going to clear a lot of units, but not all of them. And the economy of Slacker just still going to be way ahead. He's going to be able to macro up and take the game pretty much. His hatchery is up, hasn't transferred drones yet. Just streaming out Zerglings because he feels a little bit vulnerable after losing all of his units in that attack. And really, they could do a bit of damage. Not a lot of siege tanks sieged up. If he runs in to do some some attacks, he's gonna do a lot of damage. Oh, not sure if I'm a fan of this. Oh, but the upgrade's gonna be huge, surrounding them before the SCVs can come in so that they can't repair. Takes it out. That was a huge play. Gonna just retreat these Zerglings, not losing too many of them at all. That was big. Ohio could potentially get back into the game with that if he can stay alive for the next 3 minutes.
Counter push, yeah. And I think that's what Slacker's about.
But Slacker does seem to be getting ready for a counter push.
Oh, sure.
But lots of Banelings coming out. Actually, a lot of Zerglings been replenished here. This Zergling force going to be able to kill this Marine force if he moves out as is. He's actually going to retreat. Another command center on the left near his third coming down. Going to take that gold when he feels safe. These Zerglings though just have a ton of upgrades, really reducing the damage. Going to take 2 shots from the siege tanks to take out each of these Zerglings, which is going to make them effective. 2-1 upgrades for the Marines. Zerglings at 2-2. Once these 2-1, now that these 2-1 upgrades are up though, these Zerglings are not going to be quite as effective as they used to be against the Terran Marines. Wouldn't say there's quite the critical mass of Marines yet. Still only 38 Zerglings to populate these. Scouting out to make sure there aren't any other expansions up for the Terran. Very smart, needs to control those expansions. She has a lot of practice dealing with Justin. Mule's raining down on the gold, gonna give him all the minerals he needs to start really macroing hard. 8 Marines coming out at a time right now. Nothing going on for the Zerg as he just finishes kind of filling out a Zergling heavy army. Only 119 food to 152. Nidus now going up could do a lot of damage. A lot of his force is those slow siege tanks, and Marines out there are going to take quite a bit of time to get back unless he starts abusing that stim. He does have enough medevacs to support that. But these Zerglings are going to come in and go for another snipe on the command center. No SCVs around to repair. It is going to go down again just as the FCVs come back to help out. Not going to save it, but... Oh, and the SCVs are just going to stick around and die. Bit of a mistake there, but he still has 37 SCVs. Going to be more than the Zerg have. A bunch of Marines up here get isolated and picked off by the Zerglings. But all the Zerglings do die in return. Ohio down 93 food to 147. Still kind of staying in the game. It's just kind of hard for Slacker to kind of get these siege tanks to bear. Oh, and the Melix on top of a giant group of Marines. Slacker doesn't respond in time. Zerglings come down to assist. Not going to be able to do. Oh, Baneling's coming into the surrounding Marines. Going to kill all of them. Zerglings and Mutalisks left to take out this gold planetary fortress. He's equalized the food count Oh, pack of Marines coming in. With his upgrades, he's going to be able to take out those Melists and save Planetary Fortress. Somehow, that is a miracle. Slacker keeping himself from losing the game right there. Was his last mining expansion. Zergling counterattack into the natural. Going to pick off a siege tank. But that's a lot of Zerglings that he's lost. Not sure he can afford to keep sending out Zerglings at this rate. Has gold left with a couple of drones. Third base left with a couple of minerals. But those are not going to last for much longer. Terran picking off some of this creep finally. Going to limit a little bit of the mobility. But Zerglings are just so fast even off of creep. He's still going to be able to do those counterattacks. Slacker not even choosing to rebuild at this third. Decided it's a little bit too expensive to try and maintain with these heavy Zergling upgrades and counterattacks going on. Gonna come up here with his siege tanks and reinforce his gold. Smart idea. We'll like to see him scouting out these sides just as Ohio decides to take it. He really wants to make sure that nothing's going on. Scouts the right side. Maybe wants to sneak in a command center. Just gonna sit his SCV there. Maybe just act as a scout. Meadle is trying to harass where they can. Turret's going down to kind of knock him back. Actually does try and take the command to his third again, but the Melists are going to deny that. These SCVs could get Millions, could pincer, and he does take out all these Melists. Could have saved 2 or 3 of them. Loses them instead by accident. This Zergling force getting kind of large. Would like to see a more Mutalist heavy because all of these Zerglings are going to start overlapping each other and not doing as much damage when they clump up. Gonna have a drop on the 4th attempt from Slacker. Ohio sees it though, sends his Mutalisks to intercept. But only 3 Mutalisks isn't going to be enough to stop these Marines. He actually hasn't gone after them. He is sending them now. Should be sending those Zerglings to come help out. Oh, but he does catch it before the drop starts. Might be losing this.
Jump.
Marines are going to come down. He's going to lose that, however. He does take out an equivalent amount of resources in Mutalisks, however. Should have pulled those Mutalisks back a little sooner.
Oh, here they come.
Sorry. Oscar coming to join me in a little bit of team casting here.
What he really needs here are Ultralisks and a Nidus for him. Matt's voice is a little out of it right now. He's had a few too many generators tonight. He's getting a little husky. We're seeing right here some massive pile of Zerg. This is going to run through Terran.
Like a whirlwind?
I had personalities like a whirlwind. And I'm just waiting for it right now. In fact, I don't even know what else is going on, but I don't know, what sort of defensive positions does Terran? That is a lot of
Not quite as many tanks as I would like, however.
He needs a few more tanks.
Slacker's Marine splits are a little bit lacking. If those Zerglings coming in that number, the siege tanks aren't going to be able to cut them down in time before they kind of get a surround on Marines and prevent them from getting the Banling hits. Slacker's really going to have to focus the Banelings with the siege tanks. Oh, and that's a lot of siege tanks. Forget everything I just said.
I gotta admit, I'm really disappointed that he hasn't investigated nuclear launches yet. The nuke play against Zergling rushes is really underestimated.
That's true. Didn't even notice.
I'm liking seeing that.
Didn't even notice his hatchery get taken down by that drop, supposedly. Oh, these Mulos gonna catch these siege tanks a little too far out. Marines were stacked to the right side.
Damage running away, now pulling into the Zerglings and the Banelings. No, he's pulling the Marines out of position.
Oh, he's going. Oh, the Marines are coming out. He's going in, but these siege tanks gonna do a ton of damage. Baneling's gonna go after the tanks instead of the Marines.
Oh!
A bit of a mistake because now it's just Marines against Zerglings and
but he had more in the background.
only 1 or 2 Banelings gonna be able to come in. These Marines are cleaning up all those Zerglings and Mutalisks. Slacker ahead by almost 100 food now. He's in excellent position to take the game. No more minerals as the gold, just a little bit left at his third. Starting a 4th now. Lots of Banelings being more because right now the threat is this massive Marine count, but he does have 5 tanks coming up. If he sees the scan, he's gonna stim, he's gonna start killing these Banelings.
Now's when I would really like to see some investor play from the Zerg. I want a mind-controlled SCV, and I would really like to see the Zerg nuke the Terrans. Terrans never understand how that can happen, but it can happen.
Oscar sounds like he is speaking from experience, having nuked many a Terran player. Those Banelings are going to rock through those Marines, but he does handle it well enough. Still ahead by 75 food. A counterattack by a Link on these unprotected siege tanks on the left. Going to take out a siege tank. Probably could have taken out a little more than that if he had committed. Marines are coming back to reinforce these tanks on the side. Expansions coming up on the left and on the right by the respective players nearest to those spots. Zerg is going to come around, try and do a little bit of damage in the natural. Going to find a free siege tank to pick up. This siege tank is going to actually... No, it doesn't escape. The Zerglings are going to get annihilated. All his Marines come back, leaving these tanks exposed again at the front. No Zerglings up there, though, to take advantage of it. Here they come now to stream through, but it's already been fortified by Marines and SCVs. Marines gonna come push up now. There are no Banelings left in the army to protect against this, and none in protection. These Marines are gonna come in here and destroy the hatchery. Gonna kill all these rallying Zerglings. This looks like the end for Ohio. We have a Nidus Canal in the middle that he was unable to use, and there's the GG from Ohio. The return manner GG from Slacker. The game is over. Slacker looks up to the roof in joy because he cannot believe how long that game took under such heavy pressure from the counterattack and quick Zergling run by Chao. Chao's over there looking a bit sweaty from such a tough mental battle of wills.
Obviously, you're not best friends with him.
Smiling big though, which he should, because he was playing from behind and managed to stay in the game for such a long time.
Wait, who won? I missed. I was talking about threesomes.
Oscar misses the exciting finish to Slacker versus Ohio. Slacker taking the win 2-1.
Ohio!
Establishing his lead as the most prolific winner in Barcraft 1v1s, I believe. He did listen to you, but unfortunately was unable to capitalize on that.
He didn't listen to me about the investor play with the SCV and the mind control, the neural parasite, and the building of the Terran stuff. So underappreciated these days.
Very underappreciated. Just like our Zerg player here, Oscar. Actually, no, we appreciate him tons. He was on the cover of the Wall Street Journal. Kind of a big deal.
Proxy article.
Anyways, this is Barcraft 1v1 signing off with a victory by Slacker.